with the organization. So I'm just here to volunteer and help out. But thank you for coming. This is one of the great spaces in Toronto that is a bit of a secret for a lot of people, that they don't know that it's here. And I believe this might be the first and second time that the Carlu has been park doors open. So this is actually a very sort of special presentation of the space itself. Carlu is named after the architect who designed this, Jacques Carlu, Frenchman, designed in the 1930s. The building itself was planned to be the tallest building in the world at the time. Unfortunately, well, today it would be just for like about that big compared to whatever is being built today. But the intention was that it was going to be, I think somebody said 47 stories, which sounds like nothing easy. But because of the First World War, that plan was abolished, so they just didn't have the money or the resources to do that. But they had built the stub, so it's sort of the platform, the podium, the 7 stories. This was built by Timothy Eaton, the owner and founder of Eaton's department stores. So this was below the 7th floor. This was an Eaton's department store eventually. And at one point there were 2 Eaton stores on Yonge Street. So there you had the Eaton Center store, as well as this one. This one eventually did close down. But this was their event space. So you know that in the Bay there's Arcadian Ford, they have their wonderful space there. This was Eaton's version of it. And you can see that it's designed in a beautiful Art Deco, Art Modern style. In the 1980s, this was vacant and it was actually proposed to be demolished. But the city came in and said, we want to protect the space, we want to renovate the space. So it was eventually listed as a heritage property, and now is also protected by the province, as well as being a National Historic Site at the federal level. So this is protected and will remain more or less as it is, as it was in the 1930s. This area was designed by Jacques Carlu's wife, so she had free reign to design this entire place. So it's her design that you see here. Again, in the 1930s, it's got this great Gatsby feel. I think we were just told that. Yeah, I have here. I will get that in a second. Yeah, I believe they even just said it was Lady Carlu. I'm like, come on, she have a first name. Definitely wasn't Lady. Oh, it's Natasha. That's right, Natasha, because her signature is on the mural, which she actually painted in the round room. So yeah, let's see. Currently, so closed in the 80s. It sat vacant for 27 years. Opened in the early 2000s as an event space, and that's how it is now. It's run by Oliver Bonaccini, the restaurant corporation that runs a lot of restaurants, as well as some really unique spaces in Toronto. They are the ones who run the Carlu now. Oh, please, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. Hey, John?
So they took the auditorium down where all the musicians perform, that's correct?
The Grand Auditorium? Nope, it's just in those doors over there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was there a smaller one where they performed too, though?
That I don't know. That we haven't seen that here. But there's more or less three major rooms that you're going to see here today. There's the Grand Auditorium, the Round Room, which I think a lot of you were there. This is apparently was the precursor to the Rainbow Room in the Rockefeller Center in New York City. So if you've been to the Rainbow Room, the design of that is very similar to the Round Room here. And then there's the Clipper Room, which was the smoking room in the 1930s. Now we don't know if it was gender specific, or you know that males went in there to smoke their cigars and cognacs and all that kind of stuff. But you can also go into that room. It has a lot of pictures of some of the performers that have performed in the Carlu, pre-renovation and post-renovation.
So when was this built again?
1930s. Yeah, 1930s. So, yeah, so you hear this is the Grand Foyer. Those were not the original elevators. The original elevators for the Carlu are behind the bar at the far end. You see the mirrors. Those were the original elevators that went up and down and were supposed to be part of the skyscraper that was supposed to be built here. Just a